The dolphin hunters come from all over in order to talk with me, to learn about how we're going to catch these animals, why they're going to go into captivity. They paddle their dugout canoes from over 5 miles, bringing in these animals to shore. Here is a group of Riso dolphins, one of the rarest dolphins on Earth, and these hunters are able to call them to their shores, in the past for food and meat, and now they are attempting to export the animals, to gain more benefit from the animals that at once donned their necks simply as bride price. The capture process is difficult. Babies are separated from their mothers. Animals take a long time to adapt, eating dead fish. These animals are from offshore. Riso's dolphins spend most of their life eating squid, and here we are trying to teach them to eat a dead fish, something completely alien to them, something completely foreign. So why capture? Why export? The truth of the matter is that bottlenose dolphins learn to eat dead fish very quickly, within 1 or 2 days, and the opportunity to show these animals to people is incredible. Here a very important man is touching and feeding a dolphin for the first time in his life, coming from a dolphin hunting village. The export was more than me. I felt the need of the people. I felt their ruralness. I felt their lack of resources. I felt the lack of benefits. And we embraced the export as a blessing to all the communities without understanding our impact on the community of the dolphins. The export of dolphins brought a vast amount of planes. Emirates landed in the small Pacific island of the Solomon Islands. A DC-10, the largest plane ever to land in the country, came simply for dolphins, and even large international companies, synchronizing the world of commerce in a tiny South Pacific nation. Getting the animals ready for export is an emotional experience. The animals sense that there's a change in our activities. I truly believe that these animals were becoming ambassadors for their species, to be a representative of them around the world, for aquariums and zoos, to show the public who they are. These animals are known. They're individually named. All of us have a relationship with these animals. It's difficult to see them go, but the benefits that it brings the country, and it brings the opportunity for the people, cause us to continue to the export. The animals are loaded onto trucks, and it's excitement within the whole entire city of Honiara. People wave, people shout, people celebrate. There's flowers, there's cheering to see these animals be sent around the world to parts that most of the citizens have never even heard of. An incredible amount of people is utilized to assure that the dolphins are kept safe, to assure that their transport is indeed safe, and that the animals will survive. After all the running around, after all the stresses, after all the work, the animals are finally safely loaded, and their carrier is proud to be carrying Solomon Island animals. The country's proud. It's dealing with an international trade. It's well known around the world simply because of the animals within it. But the process is hard, the process is long, and the process is tiring.
Too hard. Too much fighting, too much sacrifice, too much everything.
And the truth was, it was too hard for the dolphins.
This weekend, the thin, mournful cry of the humpback whale echoed through London's Trafalgar Square as thousands of demonstrators demanded an end to all whale killing.
In the 1960s, when the IWC wasn't doing anything about the slaughter of large whales, there was one guy, Roger Payne, who helped start the whole Save the Whale movement.
The fact is that we've known that our effects on whales and dolphins is too much. We know whaling is depleting the stock of wild animals around the world. We know that export and capture in aquariums cause the animals difficulty, but we continue. And the Cove brought to me the fact that for the younger generations, it might be too late.
There has to be a new generation that takes over from here. You know, there's only so many Rick O'Berrys and Roger Paynes. They're now in their 60s and 70s now, and there's not a lot of people out there picking up where they've left off.
Free the Pod campaign is an exciting project that's never been tried in the world before, and it's actually releasing the pod of dolphins that are at Gavutu right now.
I had to do something. I had to help the Solomons understand that we need to conserve these animals forever, that we need to think a different way. I met with Lincoln O'Berry, Rick O'Berry's son, and talked to him and met with him with dolphin hunters. After a successful meeting with his son, Rick O'Berry attended and came to Dolphin Island to talk with us, to talk with the chief of the fishing village, and to talk to my staff and the dolphin hunters on what we can do to help conserve these animals. Rick was right. I didn't know everything. I didn't truly understand what I was doing. I was sticking to the principles that I was helping the people. And yet he was kind enough to return, kind enough to sign a book, encouraging me to free the pod, encouraging to help. We discussed that as I am viewed as a traitor to the aquarium industry. Man needs to change for our younger generations, needs to change for our children. Look at what we've done in the Gulf. We've emptied our greed for power, our greed for cheap fuel. We've emptied it at the sacrifice of wild animals. Is it right to release these animals back into an environment that we can't look after? Is it right to try to change? Is it right to give them a chance? For our kids, it is.
The world is a wonderful place with all the nice air, walks, and beautiful water. But the problem is we may destroy that. See if you can try and help. Try and help make this world a better place.
You don't want it when the camera's shut off, everything stops, you know what I mean?
No,
It's like,
exactly.
it's got to be sustainable.
Well, that's why I stayed 9 years here. It has to help them long time. It has to help them a long time, and it has to have a big impact, and it has to change. And we're not talking little change. Change that people must follow. Bubusulia, it's an expression. Bubusulia, look and follow.
Yes, every fisherman, you will agree? Yes! One more time, you agree? Yes! And last then, so you agree on this time? Yes! Okay, for this reason, you may call him now. That the first one to put release on James and Adson, Lauta, to put the first releasing of dolphins into the sea. This is the harbor.
This year, for the first time, a village on their own accord released dolphins back into the wild. Released the Riesel dolphins that at once time they thought they were going to export. This release and this change secured my belief that I must release the remaining bottlenose dolphins at my facility in the Solomon Islands to make a statement, to help make the change, to help preserve these animals for the future generations of all of us.
And Frederick. And the fourth one here by Jack.
Man still has a chance to live with these animals in a balance, to live with them for both our futures.